welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am here with another story time, and this one is about, by the title, 17 and pregnant. Um, yes, teen pregnancy. Um, Definitely did not think I would be a teen mom. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger and I used to talk about with cousins or friends, like, when you think you'll have a baby? Do you think you'll have a baby? Or kids in the future or whatever? My answer was always in my 30s. Like, that was a wise answer. For my young age, that was a wise answer. Because by your 30s, you'll be a bit mature, whatever career you may be setting, you would have the funds and all that to support the baby or the kids. But that's all besides the point. Yes, 17 and pregnant. So I'm gonna start with me actually losing my V card, and that was a year prior. Literally a year prior, I was 16, and I this is when I met the child's father. And yeah, a year later, mind you, within this year, we were definitely very active. We were active until towards the end, which is when I found out I was pregnant. Leading up to that, yes, we were active for that whole year. I did take a Plan B once. I took a Plan B once, and I was on birth control like 6 months prior to, not even like a few months prior to meeting this individual, well, my child's father. And that didn't go so well, so I was kind of traumatized. Like, I was on the pews and I was traumatized from, like, I think I was getting off of them or something. Like, I stopped taking them, and like it tore my stomach up to the point where I thought I could not have kids. Like, yeah, no, I was just young and didn't know you could either be on birth control and still have kids. But yeah, I had the worst stomach pains, worst cramps for like, it was really bad one night, and ever since then I was still active, but and I wasn't using, protection. So I literally thought I couldn't get pregnant because it's been a year. It's been a whole year. I'm doing the do nothing's popping up. And then I'm thinking, I took the Plan B, I'm good for a while type stuff. But yeah, so beginning 2020, because I had my baby in December 2020, and so beginning 2020, January, February, March, I believe I conceived either in March or May or somewhere around then. And for some reason, I didn't know I was pregnant, y'all, until like, well, I guess it's a normal thing for you not to know till a few weeks, which I didn't know for till a few weeks. But I literally thought I couldn't get pregnant, so I was so surprised. And I think I was a little bit scared, but not really, because it's like, I wasn't scared because I didn't know what was to come, even though that might scare people. Like, you don't know what's to come with a new, lively being, a new human being. So it's like, and like, mind you, I was staying with my mom, but my mom She wasn't at the house for real, so and the house was like being neglected and all that, and like the environment was not so good. So, but I've been decided before I even knew I was pregnant. I've been decided like years before that when I graduated, that I was gonna go stay with my sister or just leave my mom's house. Period, because the environment just wasn't good to say the least. To say the least. And I hope I'm not all over the place. I was supposed to take notes so I can stay in order, but I graduated in, was it June? I believe it was June because it was hot out. It was nice out. So it was like June. It was June 2020. I found I was pregnant, I believe, in like late June or early July 2020. So, yeah. I remember taking my graduation pictures and I did not know I was pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant until like a week or two after, and that's only because my cousin was, I would say she was trying to get pregnant. She was trying to get pregnant. She was trying to get pregnant. I, on the other hand, was not. I was not. But yeah, this is how I found out I was pregnant. We went to the dollar store. Got $2 pregnancy tests. Went in their bathroom. Took turns using the bathroom. Put the things on the sink. And I think she low-key knew she wasn't pregnant. I think she was trying to get pregnant, but she knew she wasn't pregnant type stuff. But on the other hand, I thought I was not pregnant and I was not trying to get pregnant. So I was so freaking shocked that the thing, what is it, 2 lines? I think it's 2 lines, right? Yeah, I haven't took one in a minute, but yeah, I think it's 2 lines when you're pregnant. I think. But yeah, that was how I found out. And my reaction was like, I was literally stuck. I was like I held my breath, and that was that. We went out the dang bathroom, and I was like, thinking in my head, like, what the? Like, I was in shock. I literally was in shock. I went home, told the BD, told him, and he was like, his reaction was like, I knew it. Like, he was basically trying to trap me, child. Mind you, he had a child already, like, so we knew what we was doing, but he yeah, I think he was trying to trap for a minute. And yeah, the crazy thing is, okay, so he was, I believe, give or take 5 years older than me, or is, I should say. And mind you, this was like a toxic, not so good environment, and it's normalized for younger to be with older. But I know that in some states 16 is the consensual age to have older partners or whatever. But yeah, my mom, she didn't really, but like I said, it was normal. It was normal. They knew that it shouldn't have been normalized or whatever, like him staying with us and like all this other stuff, but literally most of my family members, it's been younger and older. Like, it's just so normalized to where I myself just thought I was doing no wrong, but I literally snapped up out of that soon as I hopped up. Like, soon as I found, y'all, I found I was pregnant like like a week after I found out I was pregnant, I packed all my bags and did, like, actually a few days, I believe, because I was talking to my cousin and my sister like constantly, like, I have to get up out of here because I was literally about to fight while pregnant. I have a story talking about that as well. I was about to fight while pregnant. Um, it was just too much going on. Like, it was too much for my mental, and even before that, like, it's just no, like, never would I ever want to bring a child, let alone me stay there against my will. Like, I wouldn't even stay there even if I had a child, but I had to stay there to finish school type stuff. And that's exactly what I did. I finished school literally as soon as I finished school, like a few weeks after, I was gone. I packed all my bags and got on and went to a different state and haven't been back. Well, I've been to visit, but like it's like when I go back, it's the same old, same old. So it's like, I thank goodness that, I left up out of there and I made it to where I'm at now. But I want to start doing like taking points, like what advice I can give to, my viewers that potentially could be in a situation, or, and I would just say, yeah, that the older and the younger is not, it's not normal. Yes, it's normalized, but no, you should definitely be with somebody your age, and I would even recommend to not be with nobody until you're mentally, like, until you're on your stuff, like at least in college now. Not saying you gotta be a late bloomer and like not have your first relationship, and like, I'm not saying that. I mean, like, your virginity, your virginity. I'm saying being less accessible. Like, them people will definitely be there when you're done with school. When they will be there. Like, and another thing, I would just say, like, stay, like, pay attention to your body. Definitely use protection. Protect yourself and be more aware of, what you got going on, because people, like, sometimes your family, your friends, you could like talk to them and they give you, like, whack advice. They give you like, or they might listen to you and not say nothing at all, like nothing useful. And then you're sitting here just blindsided or just stuck and lost, and find yourself in a messed up predicament because you asked for help, or they gave you advice or whatever too late, or stuff like that. Found out I was pregnant, and before that, like, a few weeks before I found out I was pregnant, I was having symptoms without even knowing I was having pregnancy symptoms. Mind you, this was around the time that George Floyd passed away, and that's actually my city. Like, I'm from there. But yeah, I'm from Minneapolis. That time where the riots and all that was happening, and literally when the riots and stuff broke off, I had took a Greyhound to Iowa to go visit my sister and my nieces and nephews. And Literally, I left right before it happened and came back like right in the midst or right after like all of this stuff was burned down and all that. And I was pregnant then. Like I was literally pregnant. And I I think back and I didn't know I was pregnant, but I knew the symptoms were like I was getting lightheaded, like really bad. Lightheaded, very drowsy, very sleepy. Um, but it only lasted for like a few weeks. Like it wasn't bad at all compared to my son's pregnancy. Yeah, hers was way smoother and all that. Um, but yeah, the only symptoms I really had was fatigue and like nausea. That was it. But I was like so confused because, well, not confused, but I didn't really think none of it because besides the fatigue part, like I was usually a person like when I'm up, I'm up. Like I'm getting everything I need to get done. I'm being productive in some type of way. But back then, when I found out, or back then when I didn't know, yeah, I was just very sleepy all the time. But the nausea part, I'm usually like pregnant or not, I'm nauseous like in the morning. Like if I don't eat anything or drink a protein shake or something like that, I'm nauseous. So I didn't really take heed of that until after I found out I was pregnant. I'm like, oh, so this is why this and that. And I maybe threw up once, maybe. That was the story time on how I found out I was pregnant at 17. 17 and pregnant. I had my baby at 18 because my birthday is in August and she was born the December after my birthday. And yeah, I would go on to tell y'all I was pregnant with my second baby, but I'm gonna save that for like life. I'm gonna make a life before and after I, gave birth twice or whatever. It's gonna be something along those lines, and I'm just stay tuned. Y'all see what it's like. I did record it before, but I didn't like it, so I gotta redo that, and then it'll be up. But thank you for watching this far. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.